I can find the seat in here. Hello everybody, it's May the 27th, 2021. I've never done this before, but I'd like to thank two new subscribers, Caitlin Pike and Lisa Webb. Thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. I think we're at 97 subscribers, so 3 away from 100, and we're almost at 100 videos. I hope to reach there, I guess, pretty soon, that goal. I understand doing this channel that firewood and forestry topics and stuff like that aren't really popular to a whole broad audience of people. But for my family and friends who have been watching for the past year or so, part of our goal when we set out to do this, my son and I, was simply to bring some normalcy, I guess, to our lives and show people a beautiful place and just normal life things going on during this pandemic, because I know it's been a pretty down year for a lot of people. And anyways, if we could bring, like I say, a little bit of joy and normalcy and stuff into people's lives by showing our work over here at our beautiful property, then I hope it's been something that's a little bit uplifting and gives some people a bit of peace of mind. So thank you very much for watching, everybody, and like I say, I hope our channel does something to that effect for you. This week I'm over here, had a birthday this week, and yet I'm over here working all week on my firewood for next year. This is the firewood I put aside for the cabin. I've got my tools here in front of me that I use to do all of this work. I'm going to do another video on those someday, just so you guys can, I guess, see how I use everything here to make this happen. Anyways, it's been terrible work this week, and I thought I had gotten ahead of the flies. I took the vacation this week to try to get ahead of these mosquitoes, but you can see by the way I'm dressed and this cloud may be around me that we're being inundated already by mosquitoes. So next year I got to plan this a little bit better and try to get over here earlier. Anyways, today the purpose of the video I'm going to finally get to is we're going to talk a little bit about forest management of an Acadian forest. That's what we would have here traditionally. Mind you, what I have is certainly not old growth Acadian forest. What I have are trees that would be representative of an Acadian forest, and thankfully I do have a diversity of trees that I'm going to show you, which would be mimic pretty close to what eventually would become an old growth Acadian forest. But anyways, I'm going to pause the video there for a minute, and then I'm going to take you over and I'm going to show you where I harvested this firewood from, what an area looks like therefore after I've done my harvesting and managed the forest versus an area that hasn't been managed and has been left to its own. So hopefully it'll give you a good contrast and give you an idea of what this place will look like as I work my way through these 30 acres, well, probably 20 acres of forested area. I'm going to try to really make this a beautiful spot. Anyway, I'll leave it there for now. Okay, so the first image that we're looking at here is what sadly most of what we would call Acadian forest, which certainly isn't any longer, what it would look like across this province. So everything in this province has essentially been logged, and then what often grows back are these softwood stands that are overcrowded and a lot of deadwood in them, and these places are tinder boxes. So if a forest fire came through here and hit a patch like this, this is going to go up in flames really badly. And so it's not healthy to have your forest, I think, in this kind of condition. And what's happened all across New Brunswick, I would encourage people to look on YouTube for a video called the New Brunswick Forestry Apocalypse. And in that video, the guy will take you over a 45-minute flyover from Miramichi, New Brunswick to Fredericton, New Brunswick, which is an expanse of several hours of uninhabited woodland. And what you will find is that the entire swath of province has been logged, allowed to grow back as these types of softwood stands in various stages that, like I say, they don't provide proper deer habitat. They're tinder boxes for forest fires and whatnot. Worse than that, they've been spraying glyphosate, which we believe is a cancer-causing agent all over these forests. It goes into, therefore, our waterways and the animals and things like that. And I've contacted my local MLA named Jake Stewart, And interestingly enough, Jake Stewart's office will not get back to me on the topic of glyphosate spraying. So this is in collusion with the Irving oil family, who weren't satisfied with just exploiting our world's oil, but decided also to become lumber exploiters. And between Irving Oil and the collusion with our government, they are essentially destroying all of New Brunswick's Acadian Forest, or have destroyed it at this point, and are, like I say, causing cancerous agents on top of that to be sprayed all over the place. It's disgusting. We'll come back to that. Anyways, now we turn to this way, and this is a birch stand that is unmanaged. And just to give you an idea, I would come into an area like this and I would start selecting nice, mature, straight birch trees. This one might be, say, 30 years old or something like that. And then I would start to cut out the ones around it. You know, like this here looks like it has an unhealthy spot on it. It's not as big a diameter. It's leaning more. So you're going to choose out of each area your best trees, okay? And then you're going to knock out this kind of stuff. And these little ones like this are going to go down. Any trees that are bowed over and bent badly, like this one here, you can see up above me, that one there should come down. And so as we do this and we clean up, I'll take you over to where I actually have gone through and cut my firewood and have it looking a little bit more managed. Okay, so we're coming into an area here momentarily, and most of my firewood now came from over in this section this year, and that gives you a look at what this would look like after the work has been done. You can see nice spacing of several feet between each tree. All the trees are nice, trees. They still have a number of years of life left in them, but they're nice solid trees with nice canopies up there. Eventually, some of the trees here will likely crowd out other ones, so you can see the diameter of this one is far less, and it seems to be underneath the growth of the other trees around it. So eventually maybe this guy will come down and the canopy will fill up from the other surrounding trees. But this is a look again at what it would look like managed, and you can see that a fire would have a much harder time coming through here. I've also noticed that as you do this, it opens up more sunlight onto the ground and you get a lot more of this green growth and stuff that would also reduce forest fires. So, I'm not a forester. I'm not an expert on these things. I'm using a lot of just common sense and gaining knowledge as I go. But I think that this looks like a far healthier representation of a forest with a diversity of types of trees in it than just these crowded softwood stands. Okay, so 40 seconds left. I'm going to say this. I'm not going to be able to save the planet. Anybody who claims to be the one to try to save the planet, the Bill Gateses of the world and things like this, they are not our saviors. You have to be very skeptical of gurus and saviors and things like that who think that, or us thinking that some benevolent father figure is going to come along and fix all of these problems that are happening in the world. It's not going to happen. It's up to us, each individually, to try to fix what we can. Use our creative, our free will gives us creation and destruction. We've got to use our creative force to try to improve things as opposed to destroy things. And